Toyota, one of Japan's most trusted and iconic brands in Western markets, has made a strategic move that is sending ripples through both the automotive and geopolitical arenas. The company is deepening its collaboration with China's auto industry, a partnership that goes far beyond merely building cars. This isn't just about selling more vehicles. It's about securing access to the world's most advanced electric vehicle supply chains, tapping into China's dominance in battery production, and potentially reshaping the balance of power in the global auto market. In the next few minutes, we'll break down why Toyota is making this move now, how it could rewrite the rules of the EV race, and whether the West should see it as a smart business decision or a strategic vulnerability. For decades, Toyota has been a cornerstone of the global automotive industry, celebrated for its manufacturing efficiency, rock-solid reliability, and groundbreaking innovations like the Prius, which helped pioneer the hybrid revolution. In the West, Toyota has built a deep bond with consumers, from the family-friendly Corolla to the rugged Hilux and Tacoma, while maintaining a reputation as a company that balanced Japanese engineering excellence with strong economic ties to the US and Europe. But in recent years, the competitive landscape has shifted dramatically. Chinese automakers, led by giants like BYD and SAIC, have surged ahead in electric vehicle production, leveraging lower costs, rapid innovation cycles, and control over critical battery materials. In battery technology especially, China holds a commanding position, producing over 75% of the world's lithium-ion batteries. Toyota, once hesitant to go all in on pure EVs, now faces pressure to catch up. And the fastest way to do that might not be in Detroit or Berlin, but in Shenzhen and Shanghai. Which raises the critical question, why is Toyota now looking east instead of west? Toyota's new strategy centers on expanding its partnerships with major Chinese companies to accelerate its transition into the electric vehicle era. The most notable collaboration is with BYD, China's largest EV maker, which has already overtaken Tesla in global EV sales and holds an unmatched lead in affordable, high-volume electric models. Together, Toyota and BYD have co-developed the BZ3, an electric sedan built specifically for the Chinese market, featuring BYD's advanced blade battery technology, known for its durability, safety, and lower cost compared to conventional lithium-ion packs. Toyota is also working closely with CATL, the world's largest EV battery manufacturer, to secure a steady supply of cutting-edge battery cells for both hybrid and fully electric vehicles. Beyond batteries, Toyota has announced plans to deepen R&D ties in China, establishing local engineering teams to adapt designs and technologies faster for domestic and global markets. Industry insiders note that Toyota's approach is not limited to outsourcing components. It's about embedding itself into China's EV innovation ecosystem. This includes tapping into China's dominance in raw material processing for critical minerals like lithium, nickel, and cobalt, which are essential for battery production. For Toyota, this move is about speed and scale. China offers the ability to shorten product development cycles and produce competitive EVs at a cost that Western facilities currently can't match. For geopolitical observers, however, it raises a different set of questions about dependence on a strategic competitor and the long-term control over key automotive technologies. From a purely business perspective, Toyota's pivot toward Chinese partnerships is a calculated move to close its widening gap in the EV market. For years, Toyota's strategy leaned heavily on hybrids, where it enjoyed a commanding lead thanks to the Prius and its hybrid variants across the lineup. But as global demand shifts toward fully electric vehicles, the company has found itself trailing behind both Western rivals like Tesla and Volkswagen and Chinese giants such as BYD, NIO, and Geely. China is not just the world's largest car market. It's the epicenter of EV innovation, producing more electric vehicles in 2024 than the rest of the world combined. By teaming up with Chinese companies, Toyota gains immediate access to cutting-edge battery technologies, like BYD's blade battery and CATL's high-nickel chemistries, which are already proven in mass production. This leapfrogs the years in billions of dollars it would take to develop similar systems entirely in-house. China also controls most of the world's supply chain for EV critical minerals, including refining over 60% of global lithium and nearly 80% of cobalt. Partnering with Chinese firms ensures Toyota secures these materials in a market where shortages and geopolitical restrictions are becoming more common. There's also a speed advantage. Chinese automakers have demonstrated the ability to move from concept to mass production in under 2 years, a pace almost unheard of in traditional Japanese or Western manufacturing. For Toyota, working inside this ecosystem allows it to develop and release competitive EV models faster than relying solely on domestic or Western R&D centers. In short, this is about survival and relevance in the most disruptive period the auto industry has faced in decades. The logic is clear, but so are the strategic risks, which is why some in the West are sounding the alarm. China's automotive sector is not just a commercial enterprise, it is closely aligned with state industrial policy. By helping Chinese firms refine their global competitiveness, Toyota may indirectly be aiding Beijing's goal of dominating the next generation of mobility technology. Critics in the West point to examples like solar panel manufacturing, where Western companies initially partnered with Chinese firms, only to see domestic industries hollowed out as China took control of the supply chain. If history repeats itself in the EV space, Toyota's collaboration could accelerate a long-term strategic disadvantage for Western economies in one of the century's most important industries. Toyota's decision to deepen ties with Chinese EV leaders could have ripple effects far beyond Japan and China. In the short term, it could dramatically increase the pressure on global competitors by combining Toyota's manufacturing discipline and brand reputation with China's cost efficiency and technological speed. For example, BYD has already proven it can produce EVs like the Seagull at under $11,000. While Toyota's global presence and dealer networks could help scale such affordability to markets where BYD has little penetration. The result could be a flood of competitively priced EVs that force Western automakers, from Ford to Volkswagen, to slash margins or accelerate their own partnerships to keep pace. This collaboration could also reshape the global supply chain. By sourcing more batteries and components from Chinese suppliers like CATL, Toyota strengthens China's already dominant role in critical EV infrastructure. That could push other automakers into similar deals simply to remain competitive, further centralizing global EV production capacity in East Asia. For emerging markets in Southeast Asia, Africa, and Latin America, the Toyota-China alliance might mean faster EV adoption due to lower costs, but it could also limit the diversity of suppliers and make countries more reliant on a China-centered ecosystem. In the long term, this could tilt the balance of the auto industry's innovation centers. Historically, technological leadership alternated between Europe, the US, and Japan, but a successful Toyota-China model could cement China as the undisputed hub of EV and battery innovation. That would not just be an industrial shift, it would be a strategic realignment in one of the most valuable and politically sensitive sectors of the global economy. The question for the West becomes whether this partnership is a wake-up call to invest faster in domestic capabilities or a sign that the tide has already turned. Toyota's decision to team up with China's auto and battery giants is a bold reminder that in today's global economy, business strategy and geopolitics are often inseparable. On paper, it's a move that could catapult Toyota into EV relevance almost overnight, leveraging China's cost advantages, battery expertise, and manufacturing speed to close the gap with global leaders. But it also tightens the company's ties to a nation that many in the West view as a strategic competitor, raising questions about dependency, intellectual property, and the long-term control of critical technologies. The partnership may well deliver cheaper EVs, faster innovation, and a stronger position for Toyota in the global market. Yet it also risks concentrating even more power in China's hands at a time when control over energy transition technologies is seen as a geopolitical prize. Whether this is remembered as a masterstroke of industrial cooperation or a strategic misstep will depend on how the next decade plays out. So the question is this simply a smart business move in a hyper-competitive market? Or is Toyota helping China cement dominance in one of the most important industries of the 21st century? Let me know your take, because this isn't just about cars, it's about the future balance of economic power.